Bengals at Vikings. It was all Vikings on Sunday afternoon as they defeated the Bengals 34-7 to win the NFC North Division. Case Keenum, surprise, surprise, was once again brilliant, throwing for 236 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jerick McKinnon had his best game of the season, rushing for 24 yards and bringing in 7 balls for 114 yards. Andy Dalton, on the other hand, had a rough game, only completing 11 of 22 passes for 113 yards and throwing 2 interceptions. CT, are the Vikings the team to beat now in the NFC?
I wouldn't necessarily say they are the team to beat. They are one of the top teams, that's for sure. I still think you have to put the Eagles in that mix. They were able to get a win over the Giants with Nick Foles as their starting quarterback. But this Vikings defense is legit. They had 2 interceptions in this contest, including a pick 6 by Eric Kendricks. And when you look at what Case Keenum has been able to do, continues to play very good football. 20 of 23. I mean, so accurate, 236 yards through the air, and they can keep teams off balance. You can get the job done through the air, the Vikings can, or on the ground. Great 1-2 punch. You mentioned Jerick McKinnon, what he did catching the football. He can also run it. And Latavius Murray. Latavius is kind of the workhorse power back. Jerick McKinnon, kind of the finesse, the speed back. So the Vikings can do a lot. Certainly when you look at some of the teams that they've beaten the Rams this year. They've beaten the Saints. They have some impressive victories. So when you have a solid defense and a solid quarterback, you can go a long way. So Minnesota already clinched the division. This is certainly one of the top teams in the NFC.
You just mentioned how important it is to have a solid quarterback.
Yep.
Do you think it's time for a quarterback change in Cincinnati?
I don't know what they're going to do in terms of bringing in A.J. McCarron or staying with Andy Dalton. I just feel like this Cincinnati team, they're ready to go on summer vacation. They're ready to go to Aruba or Jamaica or wherever they're going to go for the summer. This team just came out flat, you know, for the second straight week, lost to the Bears at home last week. We're down 34-0 in this game. So I don't point the finger at Andy Dalton. They fired their offensive coordinator early in the season. Cincinnati did. They're just ready for the offseason to press the reset button. Marvin Lewis said he's going to step aside. So they have a lot of things going on. I wouldn't just say changing the quarterback would be the answer to their issues.
I'd like it to go to Aruba, too. That would be nice.
I wouldn't mind either. I wouldn't mind either.
I would love to be an NFL football player, and I would love to go to Aruba. Not always
Can't argue with that.
Unfortunately. For all your NFL news, keep it locked right here on Stadium.